welcome. Before we get started here today, I hope everyone took the time yesterday to reflect and remember 19 years ago. 19 years ago today, our country came together with unity and resolve and showed what it was to be patriotic. Remembering the first responders, lost, and all those affected. My hope that as we return to the sense of unity and community, putting differences aside, returning to rejoicing in one another's prosperity and welfare, to all be Americans. We thank our military past and present, our first responders, firefighters, and EMS personnel. What a fitting day today to have a new beginning and a new home for our new fire department. With all older communities, we have a history. Our village was founded 146 years ago in 1874. From humble beginnings, the fire department was established by Ordinance 305 in 1907. From there, a fire truck was purchased in 1931, which is still here today, the 31 C grade. And we have in the works planned to be restored soon. From there, the department expanded during the 50s when another garage was built beside the old municipal building to meet the needs of our growing community. As time, equipment, technology became more advanced, so has training requirements and regulatory expectations has added to the expanded need of fire and emergency protection. One element needed to sustain a stable environment for a community's existence is the need for a strong and vibrant safety department. Without them, loss of life and property comes into question and becomes a major concern for its residents. In 2000, village government authorized the construction of a new facility at its current location on China Street. In the span of just 20 short years, the fire department, with the addition of staffed EMS, has outgrown its current location. In 2017, discussion and a search for options began. From building onto the current structure, to renovating other locations, and to building new. That process alone came with its share of questions, concerns, and issues. Didn't it, Scott?
Yes, we did.
Village government made the hard choice, but the right choice. To be progressive and future and forward thinking in voting to build new. From ever-changing building codes, safety requirements from state and federal agencies, we're all factors into this ultimate decision. So today begins a new chapter. Confidence. Let's speak about confidence for a minute. It's continued strong confidence in the fire department and its members. This new beginning will be an envy surrounding departments for years to come, and strong leadership from our fire chief and the members is the important key. With the leadership and members together, we will ensure that public safety and response for our community is top-notch. Confidence in village government and its administration, working together to make sure you have the tools and equipment needed to do the job. And confidence in our community for the continued support then, now, and in the future. I want to thank the Community Bank and the North Valley Bank for the confidence they have in our community, for financing our new home today, and to our village solicitor for the time involved mediating between the banks and the bond council. Confidence in Tim Bement and his crew at Architecture. The lead design on the building left no stone unturned or detail unchecked. And finally, to Robertson Construction, full confidence in building our one-of-a-kind building. We are proud to have you here as our general contractor. The time members invest here will ensure that the community as a whole will invest back in you. Ralph, would you come?
I don't have a whole lot to say. I just want to thank everybody for being here for this special day for our department and the community. I do want to thank all the council members for this huge support that's been given all the years that the department's been in business, and for allowing us to move into a new home here in the near future. And I want to thank our architect, Tim, and his team for doing a fine job of getting us moving forward. It's been a long 3 to 4 years doing this, and I look forward to working with them and Robertson as we can start our new build on our station, and we'll be glad to move into it. So, and I want to just say I'm proud of all my members. We're all glad to be here, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Tim?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tim Beeman, the architect, with App Architecture, one of the principals and the owners of the firm. And I just, if you could just bear with me for a minute, I'd like to tell you just a little bit how I got involved in this process. It's kind of what you would consider maybe if you believe in fate and how things just sort of people meet and how things tend to get worked out. This is kind of a story of that. And I've been going to it was actually the first time I had exhibited at the Ohio Municipal League Conference. We have a booth there, and it's in Columbus. And so I wasn't sure who I would meet, not been there before, not sure, is it, a lot of times as a business owner, it's like, is it worth my time to go and pay the fees and be there and spend the time? Will I meet somebody, will I get some work? That's really the whole gist. And so it was the first evening of that event, and we were having it was just kind of an open, informal event with some appetizers and things, and along came Tom and Scott and former Mayor Fred Redfern, and the three of them came up, and we just started to talk, and they started telling me about their situation in Crooksville, and they were really kind of exhibiting some frustration they were having with their process, and I was there to help. If you get to know me, you realize that I try to be very open and just as helpful as I can as an architect to help communities, because designing fire stations is something I've been doing for the last 24 years, and we do a lot of healthcare work also in the firm, and my background had been with fire stations, and so when I came to App Architecture 15 years ago, I could see that that being involved in the whole continuum of care for people, from the emergency itself the whole way through their recovery and wellness and getting through that process, it's such a rewarding field for an architect to be involved in creating environments for people to just do what they need to do and do it their best, and have the building support that function. And so we spoke, and that was actually in 2018. That was fall of 2018. It was Halloween night, actually. And a year, and they said, "Hey, it was nice talking to you." And then a year went by, and didn't hear anything. I thought, well, maybe they got their issues worked out. Great for Crooksville. Well, a year goes by, almost to the day, and here comes the exhibit. Here comes Tom and Fred and Scott, and they said, "Tim, I think we need you." And so at that point, you had a project that was over budget, and I could tell you guys were just between a rock and a hard place, and made a commitment, wanted to get the building built. How could we help? Well, then I know there was some, as always, when you're on a path, and trying to change that path at times can be very difficult. For the leadership of the village, or for any community, when you're trying to make a change, take a different and have the confidence in someone that no one else has met. It was really, you had to rely on Tom and Ralph and the mayor to say, look, we think we have a way out of this, but you guys are going to have to, trust us to move forward. I'm guessing that's probably the conversations you were having, and so I can't thank everybody enough for having the confidence in us. Excuse me. to come here and help you create, we think, which is a great, wonderful, it's going to be a great station for all of you, because I don't take the design of a fire station lightly at all. The sacrifice that the fire personnel and EMS people make every day, and now we're finding there's being exposed to the carcinogens when you have fires, seeing the horrors of accidents and things. You have to be there and be top notch and perform without question. That is a level of service that is just cannot be matched, and it's priceless. That's correct. And so having a building that can support your function and your ability to perform without question every day, and it being a place where you can come back and be able to have the camaraderie that you need to stay as a group and as a team, because it's just so important to have that and have the ability, and for the village to have a top-notch team of professionals such as yourselves to be able to support your community. It's just so important. So I've just found this to be one of the most rewarding experiences, because to be able to come in and as our firm to help, and as I came back into this, and last January was invited to come and make a presentation to the council and explain what we could do. And I know, I'm the new guy. I'm the guy from out of town. Nobody knows who I am. And so I know, you've probably all been there to a certain extent. I've been in new places where you don't know folks, and again, just trying to be as helpful as we could and work through the issues and identify. The budget was a big issue. We're trying to get this building, everything that Crooksville, that you guys needed to get within an affordable price. That's a lot of times that's more challenging, a heck of a lot more challenging when I have a client who has pretty much all the money that they can spend. That's pretty easy. But when you're working for somebody to get all the regulations, all the bells, all the things you need for a fire department, a tornado shelter is not an inexpensive structure to build for a fire station. That's a new requirement. And there are all the other exhaust removal systems and all the things that we need to make this a very effective building. To get all that into a package, and like the mayor said, this is this building will not exist anywhere else in the world. This is your building designed specifically for Crooksville and for the way you guys do your business and perform your services. So I just want to thank everybody so much for the opportunity again, for allowing us to be involved in this process, and just so excited that again, in construction, a lot of times it's timing, and we had, unfortunately for what's going on this year in 2020, it's created a whole lot of host of issues for people, but it actually became a pretty good time to bid a project, because last fall when the other design was bid, it was the cost of construction was a lot higher, and so your buying power, the village has gotten so much more buying power and value this year for being able to wait, and even with the redesign, you've gotten so much more of in a building and all the things that are needed. So I congratulate you for that, and for the village for, I think, making excellent decisions, and you having the confidence in them as leaders. So thank you very much, and give them back.
Representative of Robertson Construction, please. You don't get away that easy. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah.
All right. I'm Matt Langle with Robertson Construction. Robertson Construction is a company that has been around for about 25 years, and Christian Robertson, our owner, is a very caring person. Much like Tim's story, we like to get back to community through building, and we're really happy and excited to build this station for you all, and look forward to creating relationships with everybody in meeting everyone, and hopefully we can meet all your expectations. If not, this season.